My name is Kevin, and for the past couple of weeks, I've been writing a Dungeons and Dragons campaign for my friends. I previously wanted to get into D&D because of Penny Arcade, specifically the live games that they have every PAX, which are super, super fun, and you should definitely get into them if you have the chance. I've kind of outgrown Penny Arcade in a sort of holistic way, I guess, for lack of a better term, but I always come back for Ek Inc, and I binge watched all of it, like 5 years worth of episodes, I guess, over the course of a week, which you shouldn't do because it's not healthy, but I did it, and I got hooked again. To preface this, I've tried multiple times to play D&D in the past with my friends, and it's failed pretty much every time. No one really ever wants to be the DM. I think everyone who wants to play D&D generally wants to be a player, and I'm like the only one in my group of friends who's like neurotic enough to actually want to run something like D&D. The problem is I really enjoy writing, and I always get really wrapped up in world building, which is not good. The campaign never actually gets written. I got a pretty enthusiastic response from my friends when I asked them if they wanted to play D&D, and figured it'd be a good time to maybe try again. I also got a little bit more confident reading up on the amount of resources and watching a lot of videos and stuff like that for how to play the game. So I decided to buy a starter set for 5th edition. Just a quick overview of the set. Comes with rulebook, which explains everything that you need to know mechanically about the game. An adventure book, which has all the adventure stuff that you need. The character sheets are really great. They have equipment, they have abilities, scores, and everything that you really need. My favorite thing, though, is that they have a lot of role-playing stuff, like in the corner, which is really cool. I've bought previous starter sets, and all of them were really tabletop board gamey, which is fair. I think combat is a really big part of the game, but it had like no role-playing, and they have some personality traits, ideals, bonds, flaws, which you write yourself when you actually create a character. But these are new players, or my friends were all new players, and they haven't really role-played, so this was like a good like guideline. Like they could play like an actor, like an actual role, as opposed to just a dude with a hammer or something. So that was really nice, and also provided a lot of fun role-playing wise with the game. The rulebook is a rulebook. It has all of the mechanics that you need to play D&D, and nothing more. If you want more, then you buy the DM's guide, which is the point, I think. Right? The adventure book, which is the Lost Mine of Phandelver, is also pretty excellent. It comes with quest hooks. It comes with like NPC characterization. It comes with like skill checks and everything like that. It also provides options in case your players don't really know what they're doing, which I really needed because everyone was really focused on getting paid for some reason. So there was stuff for it. It was fine. It was great. I've also learned a lot about what needs to be in a campaign just by running this and reading through it. So if you want to start playing D&D, I think this is a really good place to start. This is a really bare bones set though, and it only comes with one set of dice. It feels weird. I actually had a couple sets lying around from when I tried playing before. That kind of made it a little better, but obviously I didn't want to like make everyone buy dice just for like us to play an adventure that I wasn't even sure if everyone was gonna like. Actually playing the adventure ended up being super, super fun. I had a really good time. Everyone else had a pretty good time. I read the rule book and the adventure book like over and over for like a whole week to prepare because I didn't want to mess up, and I still messed up. Luckily I had two of my friends over who had played D&D previously, and one of them was actually playing, so that helped a lot with mechanics and stuff like that. The bigger issue that we had was combat, which I guess is mechanics, but it was it could have been better. The set doesn't come with like a grid or minis, it just comes with the dice and then the book and stuff like that. I'm sure if you've watched D&D before, you've seen it played with minis. Without a grid or minis, that means I have to, as the DM, explain combat verbally, which is really difficult because I'm inexperienced. I also think it's just difficult to explain spatially where people are relative to other things or NPCs. So that was kind of hard. The whole like chessboard visualization adds a lot, I think, to the combat. And I'm kind of mad at myself because it totally slipped my mind to like use the old minis that I had from previous sets and like the tile sets. That was really stupid. That's okay though. I do see the benefits of running like theater of the mind, like they call D&D like theater of the mind stuff, because like you can like fudge distance and positions and stuff like that to kind of make combat go faster. But I think it would have been more combat would have been more satisfying and maybe a little bit more fun if they had like little dudes to like move around and stuff like that. Speaking of fudging, there was also some stuff with like rolls. From what I've gathered, DM rolls are like a personal preference. There are some people who play, some DMs who play, and like when they roll for things, they roll openly, like so that all the players can see, and then other times there are like DMs who roll like behind a screen so that the players can't even tell what's going on. I can see the benefits of both styles of rolling, but my issue with openly rolling was that the night that we ran the game, I had some pretty hot dice. I rolled really high. I had like 3 nat 20s or something like that. I knocked 2 guys out in combat, which I didn't really like. If I had rolled secretly, I could have fudged the roll and made sure that everyone was like up and like playing. I wanted to maximize playtime. So that was a mistake that I made that I wasn't really thinking of. Going forward with the actual campaign, I'm going to have a DM screen. There's going to be a grid, and minis are being discussed. I'm definitely looking forward to using a grid. And I think everyone's looking forward to using minis because they just like minis. They're just fun. I don't know where I'm going to be taking these videos exactly. I'm not like super interested in doing like a campaign diary or like an after action report kind of deal, because I just think they're boring, and like it's like you don't even actually play the thing. It's like you just talk about what you played. It's like it doesn't seem that interesting. I'm going to be recording our sessions, but they're not going to be for like, I'm not going to upload them or anything. They're literally just for me to be taking notes. I'm vaguely interested in actually recording like video and stuff, but I don't think it's like economically feasible for me. So I'm just going to put that away for the time being. I will most likely be talking about the campaign itself, like writing the campaign. Next video, that'll be out, I don't know when, once I've finished like some preliminary stuff where I'm comfortable enough that I can actually run it and have something to talk about in the video. So until then, thanks for watching, and see you then.
Time to get romantic, yes indeed, that's for sure. The kick punch style remains very secure. Never bending, always the fast to make a move. This time we get down nice and smooth. Ha 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 ha. Love kick.
Love kick.
Love